What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about a test screening for The Batman. Now, oh boy, test screenings are the best. We talked about them before. I've actually, recently started talking about test screenings just in general. On the main channel, we talked about Scream. Scream had a couple of them that, whether or not they turn out to be true, they're at least fun to talk about. And then also The Batman was shown. A lot of people reported on it around a month or so ago, and it was very good impressions. A lot of people were very happy again with what they saw. And now viewer Anon took to Twitter yet again. He's a pretty good, movie leaker. And he talks about a new test screening for The Batman. And I would say this one, I don't know if it gives you more than the last one did, but it gives you, I would say, a different kind of sense of the movie that I really like. So let's go through. I do want to thank Godly Tryhard. He did send me the picture. I found him. I think people were liking his tweets, so I found him as well, but I do appreciate him sending this to me. So let's read it out. Story starts on Halloween and runs for about a week. Batman keeps a journal, which is read to the audience in voiceover. Most of Pattinson's dialogue is spoken this way, and he wears the suit for the majority of his screen time. He's just Batman with little interest in being Bruce Wayne. The Riddler is sort of a jigsaw figure. As an example, a character is locked in an explosive collar and has to solve 3 riddles in order to get the combination. Most importantly, everyone I know who's seen it has really liked it. I heard it got a great response last night with a lot of suits in the room to witness it. And it doesn't say it in these 3, but he also did say in this thread, it's close to a 3-hour movie, and it's more of like a noir style, and I always say it wrong, so noir, however you say that goddamn word, it's more of that style of a movie. So I think the 3-hour thing really stood out to people. I saw a couple like headlines on Twitter that talked about that as well. So really long movie, more of like a detective thing, which we have heard, we have heard that before. In fact, I think that was one of the main things that kind of came out of the last test screening, is it's more of a detective piece. And now this one, again, gives us a couple different things. Number one, most times we see Robert Pattinson is as Batman, not as much for Bruce Wayne. Based off the trailer, it doesn't really signal that, which is fine. I'm not saying the trailer's wrong or he's wrong, but it's just an interesting thing where the trailer, I would say, was maybe more like 60-40. And now it was a teaser trailer. It was based off of 20-30% of filming, at the time. Now they have the whole thing. So, obviously a lot of things can change. And honestly, some of those Bruce Wayne scenes may be the only Bruce Wayne scenes in the entire movie. I don't mind that, but we'll see how it ends up going. But I think that's insanely important. Almost so it's like a narrative piece, right? Most of Pattinson's dialogue is spoken this way, and he wears the suit. So he keeps a journal, which is read to the audience in voiceover. So it literally is like a journal piece thing, which is fine. I actually, again, it's going to be different. I feel like this movie is going to be very different than really a lot of the things we've seen before in movies and Batman movies and comic book movies, which I think is good. You have to kind of do that, otherwise it gets repetitive. The Riddler is sort of a jigsaw figure. He makes people solve, so that's fine. Based off of what we've seen from him, based off what we've heard from him, I mean, it's going to be crazy, this character. So I don't mind that at all. We'll have to see how, if it gets too campy or whatever, but I think it's going to be okay. And I like that idea. I mean, we've always, I don't know, the Riddler's most recently, we could even go to the video games, right? With the Arkham games, the Riddler is a man who's got way too much time on his hands. He can dig tunnels underground and set up racetracks for Batman. He scatters literal trophies in just hard to reach places. Then you battle him in a mech suit at the end. I mean, he's insane. So I think he'll still be insane in the movie, but he's just going to be a different kind of insane, more of like a serial killer, which is going to be cool. I think it's going to be really cool. And then obviously, everybody who saw it really liked it. Great reception. I mean, that's now here's the thing. I guess you can guess some of these things. With that being said, I know I kind of skipped over it in the beginning. I mean, this guy has been right a lot. His main coming of age story is that he, I believe, leaked which I don't necessarily like this, but he leaked the entire plot of Wonder Woman far before the movie came out, and he was right. So, and then he said stuff on Scream, which has matched up very nicely to the trailer. I think he knows what he's talking about. I don't like that he really sometimes doesn't have the greatest, I guess, like hesitancy to put stuff online. He really he just goes for it sometimes, and he tweets out some pretty big spoilers sometimes, which I don't always like. But he's definitely good. He's a good leaker. So yeah, I'm very excited. I've been excited for a long time. This doesn't really change anything. This just kind of I guess sets an emotion where it's like, okay, we kind of know it's going to be a little bit of a detective story, or mainly a detective story. Almost 3 hours long. Now, test screenings normally do have a lot of footage in them, and you kind of move down from there. I guess I'm trying to remember like the Scream one, because I think the Scream test screenings were also longer, and then the same leaker, has said the actual runtime of what Scream 5 is going to be, and it is shorter than what the test screening was. So the movie may end up being 240, 230, somewhere in that range, which is meaty, it's long, but it's not, I don't know, I don't want to say it's not going to be 3 hours, but I just feel you're not going to have every single thing you showed in the test screening. Maybe a scene or two gets removed, stuff like that. So I'm very, very excited. Cannot wait to see the trailer on Saturday. I will be covering it on the main channel. The main channel, I'm going to be covering the 2 games, Gotham Knights, Suicide Squad, and then the Batman movie. So we'll do some normal stuff on Podcast Now Plus, and then we'll keep DC Fandom on the main channel. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel if you're not already. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up, and I do a brand new video on the channel every single day. And so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.